Good morning, students. Okay, continuation of last video. It types of absorption. Okay, here yesterday we discussed about the absorption. What is an absorption? What is an adsorbate? What is an adsorbent? What is the absorption? What is the sorption? What is the desorption? Okay, here we discussed all those topics with the examples. Now we'll discuss the types of adsorption. Adsorption. What is the definition of adsorption? Accumulation, concentration, or insertion or attraction of gas, ion, or liquid on the solid. On the solid called as an adsorption. Okay, here adsorption reaction takes place. This is the solid. Okay, here gas may be absorbed, get absorbed, liquid may be get absorbed. Okay, here liquid solid absorption and here gas solid absorption. Liquid solid absorptions may be of two types and gas solid absorption also may be of two types. Okay, in continuation we'll see the first liquid solid absorption. Liquid solid, what is the meaning of liquid solid absorption? Liquid can absorb on the surface of the solid. Okay, here based on the nature of liquid solid absorption can be classified into two types. It's a simple one. One is positive absorption, and second one negative absorption. Positive absorption and negative absorption. Okay, here what is the meaning of positive absorption? Okay, here this is the solid. Okay, here liquid can absorb. If concentration of liquid more on the surface than bulk, we call as positive absorption. What is the positive absorption? The concentration or accumulation of liquid more on the surface than its bulk. That means liquid present more on the surface, not moved into the bulk. We call as positive absorption. Example for positive absorption: you take concentrated potassium chloride, concentration potassium chloride in blood charcoal. You take the concentrated hydrochloric acid, okay, and add some amount of blood charcoal, then shake. Concentrate potassium chloride present on the surface only, more, not it moved into the bulk. Okay, here negative absorption. If the concentration of adsorbate less compared to the bulk, if concentration or accumulation of adsorbate less compared to the bulk, that means not moved into the more and more moved into the bulk, not present on the surface, we call as negative absorption. Okay, here more surface, here solid, over here positive. Bulk is more, a little bit, here little bit. Okay, here gas, liquid. Okay, if adsorbate, concentration or accumulation of adsorbate more in the bulk than surface, more in the bulk than surface, or less in the surface than bulk, we call as negative adsorption. Example for negative adsorption, same example, you take dilute potassium chloride in blood charcoal. How will you get the blood charcoal? Blood also one of the, okay, here molecule which contain carbon atom. When you heat blood at high temperature, you will get the blood charcoal. You will get the blood charcoal. This is a one simple, okay, when you take the dilute potassium chloride and add some amount of blood charcoal, shake it. What happened? Okay, little bit amount of, okay, dilute potassium chloride present on the surface of the blood charcoal, okay, moved into the bulk more compared to the surface. This is called negative adsorption. This is called positive. See the difference. Positive adsorption means more presented surface, less presented bulk. Okay, here negative adsorption means more presented bulk, less present on surface. More presented bulk, less present on surface. Okay, this is about the liquid solid adsorption. Liquid solid adsorption. Okay, then in continuation we'll see the gas solid adsorption. Gas solid adsorption. Gas also get accumulated or concentrated on the surface of the solid. Simply we call it as gas solid adsorption. Gas solid adsorption. Okay, based on the nature of gas and solid, the gas solid adsorption may be of two types, are classified into two types. One is physical adsorption. Physical adsorption. Second one, chemical adsorption. Chemical adsorption. Okay, physical adsorption also called physisorption. It is also called chemisorption. Physisorption or chemical sorption. Okay, what is the meaning of physical adsorption? The adsorption which can take place by the weak van der Waals forces between adsorbate and adsorbent, called as physical adsorption. Okay, here the adsorption which can take place, the strong chemical forces between adsorbate and adsorbent, called as chemical adsorption. Okay, in physical adsorption we'll see weak van der Waals forces between adsorbate and adsorbent. Here we'll see strong chemical forces. We observe strong chemical forces between adsorbate and adsorbent. Okay, and here it requires more activated energy, so this is also called activated adsorption. It's also called activated adsorption. Okay, here in between the adsorbate and adsorbent, we observe van der Waals attraction forces. So this is also called van der Waals adsorption. Van der Waals adsorption. Okay, see the example for physical adsorption. You take any charcoal. You take any charcoal, coconut charcoal, animal charcoal, blood charcoal, any. Okay, in Dewar process, yesterday we discussed Dewar process. In the war process, okay, we will separate noble gases by using coconut charcoal. If you pass noble gases, what are the noble gases? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. Pass those through. Okay, charcoal. Okay, here charcoal is the absorbent. Noble gases are absorbent. Okay, helium or neon or any, we have the very weak forces between. This is the monoatomic gas, no attraction forces. Charcoal also no attraction forces. Okay, here charcoal and helium has only weak attraction forces between them. Okay, this is the best example for the van der Waals adsorption or physical adsorption. And chemical adsorption, you take the nickel, you take the here nickel and pass hydrogen gas. Pass hydrogen gas. Okay, here nickel and hydrogen have some chemical forces between them. Chemical forces. This may be ionic bond, this may be covalent bond or any bond. Okay, strong forces will be observed in between hydrogen and nickel. Such type of forces are called chemical forces and adsorption is called chemical adsorption. Chemical adsorption. This is the example for chemical adsorption and this one example for the physical adsorption. Okay, here first any molecule. First, for example, here nickel is there. Nickel hydrogen is there. First, nickel and hydrogen has very weak forces between them. That means it shows first van der Waals adsorption while increasing the temperature. While increasing the temperature, okay, it converts into chemical force. Chemical force. Nickel and hydrogen first shows physical adsorption. Okay, if you are increasing the temperature of this one, move into the chemical adsorption. It leads to chemical adsorption. That means temperature also is one of the important factor. Okay, for the adsorption. Pressure also one of the important factor for the this adsorption. We'll see those factors affecting on adsorption, physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. We'll see in conclusion. Okay, then see the characteristics of physical adsorption and chemical adsorption. First characteristic, lack of specificity. Lack of specificity. Here you take charcoal, activated charcoal, animal charcoal, normal charcoal or any charcoal. We have only one type of attraction forces. Such forces we call as van der Waals forces. There is no change in that forces. That's why we mention lack of specificity. Lack of specificity. We mention lack of specificity. Okay, here characteristics of chemical adsorption. High specificity. High specificity. That means here I am taking one metal. If I pass oxygen gas, we have the chemical forces between oxygen and metal form the oxide. If I pass hydrogen, form the hydride. And attraction forces between M and H. That means pass the oxygen atom, will get here oxide. Pass the hydrogen atom, will get the hydrides. Okay, here hydride is different from the oxide. Okay, more specificity is observed. More specificity, high specificity is observed here. Okay, observed here. Okay, in continuation, we see the one more characteristic of this one. Nature of adsorbate. nature of adsorbate. Okay, which has more critical temperature value? Those are easily liquefiable gases. The compounds which are having more critical temperature will get 50C. Already this is present in first PC. Okay, which has more critical temperature value? Those are easily liquefiable gases. Easily liquefiable gases easily adsorbed on the surface of the solid in physical adsorption and also chemical adsorption. Okay, easily liquefiable gases means I am taking sulfur dioxide. Okay, here I am taking oxygen, I am taking hydrogen. The critical temperature of sulfur dioxide is 390 Kelvin. The critical temperature of oxygen is 190 Kelvin. The critical temperature of hydrogen is 33 Kelvin. Which is easily liquefied gases? Sulfur dioxide, easily liquefied gases. The rate of absorption of sulfur dioxide towards the physical absorption more than oxygen as well as hydrogen. More than oxygen and as well as oxygen. Here, okay, nature of adsorbate. The gases, easily liquefiable gases or gases which are capable to form ionic bond or covalent bond. Those gases easily adsorbed on the surface of the solid in chemical adsorption. Okay, this is about the just high specificity nature of adsorbate. Okay, in continuation we will see some more important points of some more important characteristics of these chemical and physical adsorption. Third one, it is a reversible. Okay, reversible adsorption. It is irreversible. Suppose for example, here I am taking solid. Okay, here I am passing gas or liquid. Okay, increase the pressure. What happened? Okay, here gas will be absorbed on the solid. If you heat this one, we absorb backward reaction. The forward reaction is condensation reaction. If you are increasing the pressure, we absorb condensation reaction. The backward reaction is here what we call vaporization reaction. Okay, vaporization means it converts into solid and gas. Okay, solid and evaporation. This is also called evaporation. Evaporation reaction, backward reaction. Okay, condensation reaction is the forward reaction. Okay, if you are increasing the pressure, we absorb condensation. If you are decreasing the pressure or increasing the temperature, we absorb backward reaction. So it is a reversible reaction. Physical adsorption is a reversible reaction. And here, in physical adsorption, okay, here gas moved into the surface along with the other layers. That's why this be called as multi-layer adsorption. Okay, then all the adsorption reactions are exothermic reaction. The energy which is released, the energy or heat which is released during the adsorption we called as heat of adsorption. Here adsorbate having less very weak attraction forces. So the heat of absorption also less. 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole. The rate of absorption also less, that is nearly 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole. Okay, here chemical absorption. The third characteristic of chemical absorption. Chemical absorption is irreversible. Suppose for example nickel reacts with hydrogen and form nickel hydride. Nickel reacts with oxygen and form nickel oxide. Okay, there is no conversion into back. There is no backward reaction, only forward reaction. Once nickel hydride or nickel oxide formed, okay, it never converts into, okay, under the low temperature, it never converts into back. So all chemical absorption reactions are called as irreversible reactions. Irreversible reactions. And here chemical absorption takes place at only surface, at first layer only. Chemical absorption takes place only first layer. Okay, here nickel, all nickels are present on first layer now. Okay, those nickel atoms only reacts with hydrogen and form nickel hydrides, not moved into the other layer, second layer or third layer. So this is called as unimolecular or unilayer. Okay, unilayer absorption. Unilayer absorption. Okay, here in nickel and hydrogen, that means absorbent and adsorbent have strong attraction forces, chemical attraction forces. For removing those chemical attraction forces, we need more and more heat of hydrogenation. Heat of hydrogenation. Here, the heat of hydrogenation is, the heat of absorption is more compared to the physical absorption. Here, the heat of absorption is 80 to 240 kilojoules per mole. 80 to 240 kilojoules per mole. These are the important characteristics of chemical absorption and physical absorption. Chemical absorption and physical absorption. Okay, in continuation, we will discuss about the differences between chemical absorption and physical absorption. Chemical absorption and physical absorption. Okay, after that we will see the factors affecting on. This is an important question for 3 marks. Differences between chemical absorption and physical absorption. Differences between physical absorption and chemical absorption. Okay, here I am taking physical absorption, chemical absorption. First point here, physical absorption is called van der Waals absorption. Okay, here chemical absorption is called activated absorption. That means it requires more. And here, physical absorption, adsorbate and adsorbent have van der Waals forces. Here, chemical forces. Here, lack of specificity. Here, high specificity. Okay, here it is a reversible. It is an irreversible. Okay, here multi-layer. Here unilayer. Okay, here heat of absorption is 20 to 40 kilojoules per mole. Here 80 to 240 kilojoules per mole. 80 to 240 kilojoules per mole. Heat of absorption is 80 to 240 kilojoules per mole. Example for this, you take the charcoal charcoal pass the any gases. Okay, here I am taking noble gases. Okay, here example for this nickel. You take the nickel surface, pass the hydrogen or oxygen, having the chemical forces. Easily liquefiable gases are easily absorbed on the surface. Okay, easily having which have the chemical more nature and highly reactive, highly activated energy containing gaseous molecule easily absorbed on the surface of the solid in chemical absorption. These are the differences between physical absorption and chemical absorption. Differences between physical absorption and chemical absorption. Okay, here in continuation we'll see the factors affecting on absorption. Which absorption? Physical absorption and chemical absorption. Okay, here first factor, nature of absorbate. Okay, already I explained. Easily liquefied gases or which have more critical temperature, those are easily absorbed on the surface of this solid in physical absorption. Okay, in chemical absorption, the gaseous molecules which have more activation energy, those only easily absorbed on the solid in chemical absorption. Okay, one is critical temperature of gas is more. Here activation energy of gaseous molecule is more. In physical absorption, adsorbate have more critical temperature. Okay, in chemical absorption, adsorbates have more activation energy. Those only easily absorbed on the surface of the solid. That is about the nature of adsorbate. Next, nature of adsorbent. Okay, here we have two types of adsorbent. One is smooth adsorbent and one is finely divided adsorbents. Suppose board is there, it is a smooth adsorbent. Wall is here, it is a finely divided adsorbent. It contains some pores. If any metal or any solid material contains pores, it has more activation energy towards the attract of any gaseous or liquid. That means finely divided porous contain adsorbents are more active towards the physical absorption as well as chemical absorption. This is about the nature of adsorbate. Next, surface area. Finely divided surface area gives more and more absorption. Okay, surface area. Increasing the surface area, rate of absorption increases. Here 1 centimeter surface area, here 2 centimeter surface area. If you pass 100, only 10 molecules are get absorbed on the surface of 1 centimeter. Here 20 molecules get absorbed on the surface of the 2 centimeter. Okay, by increasing the surface area, rate of absorption also increases. Okay, in physical absorption and chemical absorption. Okay, here fourth one, pressure. Okay, here charcoal, I am taking charcoal. here passing noble gases. Here I am taking nickel and passing hydrogen gas. This is the physical absorption, this is the chemical absorption. By increasing the pressure, noble gases get absorbed more and more on the surface of this charcoal. More and more on the surface of the charcoal. That means by increasing the pressure, physical absorption increases. Physical absorption increases. What about the chemical absorption? It also increases. Gaseous molecule. If you apply pressure on gas, easily get converted to liquefy and easily absorbed on the surface. Okay, chemical absorption and physical absorption both will be increased by increasing the pressure. Next, fifth one, temperature. Okay, for example, physical absorption is reversible, chemical absorption is irreversible. When you are heating reversible absorption, okay, forward reaction less compared to the backward reaction. When you are heating physical absorption, okay, we absorb more and more backward reaction. When you are heating chemical absorption, we absorb more and more chemical absorption. According to the Le Chatelier principle, here pressure and temperature works. Okay, if you are increasing the temperature, okay, physical absorption decreases. If we are increasing the temperature, okay, the attraction forces between here charcoal and gas decreases. So physical absorption decreases. Chemical absorption. Okay, if you are increasing the temperature, chemical forces move into the strong. That means chemical absorption increases. These factors affecting on absorption. Okay, how many factors affecting on absorption? Nature of absorbent, surface area, pressure and temperature. These are the factors affecting on absorption. Okay, this is about the just types of absorption, factors affecting on absorption. Okay, in continuation we will see the absorption isotherm and uses of applications of absorption.